over at channelbuzz.ca, and I'm joined here on the show floor in the Canadian Lounge at WPC by new Microsoft Canada President Max Lowe.
It's great to be here. Welcome.
Max, thanks for taking the time. It's really appreciated.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
I've had the pleasure of speaking to many executives who are hosting a show in relatively fresh into their role. However, I have to say, hosting it on your own turf and with a Canadian contingent, which is 1,000 or so partners, that really takes the cake. How's the WPC 12 experience been for you?
It's been fantastic. I mean, 7 weeks into the role, you're right. It was a bit kind of, this is going to be a big week for us.
Yeah.
But we had, as you said, 1,000 people from Microsoft partners in Canada, which is superb. But not only that, we kind of weaved in engagement from students. We've had customers here as well. We've had organisations from the public sector join us. So it's been a fantastic whirlwind and exciting because some of the announcements and here we talk about a new era, and that will come through and you'll see that. But a new era being launched here in Toronto is really exciting for me. So what a great way to start, really. Hard, but a great way to start.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's, I know you've been making the rounds, getting to know the Canadian partners, and certainly I have to imagine this week has helped greatly with that effort.
Yeah.
But for those who maybe haven't reached you as of yet, what are sort of your top priorities in the role, and what can partners expect from you?
So has been great learning about the Microsoft partners here in Canada, but all my roles prior to this are involved partner, and in fact my last one was a worldwide responsibility for large account resellers and for solution partners around the world, so that gave me a great insight, but hearing it from a Canadian point of view is great. But let me talk about where we're focused and what we're trying to do, and I did a presentation this morning with the Canadian partners, and we said, we've got some fantastic announcements this year, some great products. We've got some programs that are in place already, like solution incentives, and our focus on corporate accounts with licensing and in the open space. Complement that with some of the announcements we made this week with Windows 8, Office 15, Windows Phone, the fact that we can now put Office 365 through on open. Partners are really excited. So I kind of say, I didn't want to have some fancy vision new to this role. And as a leadership team, we said, this is just about execution. This is about all of us driving in a really strong co-selling way between Microsoft and its partners, addressing our customers' needs. And if we can do that successfully, we'll all be incredibly happy and we'll all be incredibly profitable, which is what we want to see. And we want our customers happy with us. Does that make sense?
It does, and that's. Can you delve a little bit more into execution and what that means to you, and sort of the plans with the partners?
I think we're going to drive consistency. So another message I was trying to get across is that this last fiscal has been one where we've changed a lot and we've gone down some new programs, some new approaches, but we're going to be consistent with that year on year. So I know from working with partners for many years, the thing they value is year on year consistency. So they can plan. They can say, yeah, we did this great piece of work around proof of concepts with System Sense last year. Is that going to happen again this year? Absolutely. So for me, that's one element, consistency. Another is very thoughtful planning. Stepping back and saying, what do we want to achieve this year and how are we going to achieve that? So right across our partner portfolio, be it consumer partners through to enterprise partners, we're saying how do we engage them in that planning process and how do we make sure they know what our priorities are and what we'd like to work with them on so we can be fully aligned and executing from the start of the year. And we're in that process now, so we're not waiting until WPC is over, we're not waiting until we get back from vacation, we're starting that now.
All right. And just finally, again, for the benefit of partners who may not have had the opportunity to meet you as of yet, just give me 2 or 3 things that partners should know about Max Lowe, the person or the executive, whatever you take that to be.
So one thing you'll find from me, on a serious note first of all, is that partnering for me is at the core of what we're going to do here in Canada. And if you'd have heard me in my previous few roles, you'd have heard me say that time and time again, which is that if we're going to be successful, we're going to do it in a co-selling way with our partners. And I'm passionate about that. On a less serious note, if I'm really happy, you won't notice the difference from when I'm really upset, because my face tends to say the same. So everyone says I've got this real poker face, and that may be just the British demeanour, but I'll try and make sure I verbalise how I'm feeling. So if you find that, or any of the partners find that, just let me know. But the last thing I'd say is I'm going to take time to really understand Canada and represent Microsoft and its partners here in Canada. And that's the journey I'm on. So it's had a great week this week, meeting all these folks and getting a warm welcome, but I'm expecting to learn about that in the next few months. And hopefully next time we get back to the next WPC Partner Conference, I'll be a huge Canadian expert. We'll see that.
Look forward to it.
Hey, it's
Max,
been a pleasure.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.